God says wait, don't scroll. Don't even blink. Because right now, at this very second, the heavens are moving, and the voice of God is thundering with a message so shocking, so overwhelming, that it could shift the very foundation of your life. This is not coincidence. This is not accident. This is the moment when heaven itself writes your name in a miracle you never thought possible. God is saying, someone is already planning, in secret, to gift you and your family a brand new house. Not just any house, but a house drenched in glory, a house filled with laughter, a house secured by the promises of heaven. And the whisper is clear: if you truly desire it, if your spirit is ready, you must unlock it before September 28th. This is your deadline, this is your season, this is your chance. Stay with me, because if you dare skip this, you will miss the exact moment when heaven is aligning the miracle with your faith. This house is not made with mere bricks and cement. This house is a testimony written in walls, a prophecy hidden in doors, a promise wrapped in windows. Every corner will sing songs of deliverance. Every room will carry the fragrance of answered prayers. And every foundation will remind you that what you lost yesterday is being restored in double measure today. God is not just moving you into a new address, He is shifting your story into a new dimension. Think of the tears you shed in the night, when you lay on your bed asking, Lord, when will my family find rest? Heaven has been counting every one of those tears, bottling them, watering the soil of your destiny with them. And now, from that soil, a house is rising, not just a roof, but a palace of peace. God is saying, I am preparing a place where your children will laugh, where your family will gather in joy, where your nights will not be filled with worry, but with the sound of peace that passes all understanding. Don't miss this, because the miracle is not far away, it is knocking. Imagine a key, golden and glowing, already inscribed with your name. Imagine an angel standing at the gate of your new home, holding the deed, waiting for your yes. Imagine walking into a place where the very walls testify, this is the child God remembered. Because that is what is happening right now. Heaven is not just planning, it has already approved it. The house exists in the Spirit. The house is finished in glory. The house is waiting for you to take possession in faith. Beloved, stay focused, because your old address has expired. The cramped rooms, the leaking ceilings, the stress-filled corners, those are not your future. God says, I am removing you from the limitations of yesterday. I am uprooting your family from the soil of lack and planting you in the land of plenty. The house you will step into is not just physical, it is spiritual. It is a covering of glory. It is a canopy of favor. It is a fortress of peace. And it is yours, if you believe. Look back at the battles you fought. Every rejection you faced when doors did not open. Every disappointment you carried when promises were delayed. Every season you thought God had forgotten you. None of it was wasted. Heaven was waiting, because the house prepared for you is not ordinary. It had to be built on the foundation of your endurance, the pillars of your faith, the roof of your prayers. And now, the construction is complete, not in man's timeline, but in God's. Stay until the end, because there's more. Let me show you what is hidden in this miracle. Someone, whether you know them or not, is being stirred by God to bless you. Their heart is restless. They cannot ignore it. They may not even understand why they feel drawn to do this, but heaven knows. God has placed your name in their spirit, and they will not find peace until they release the gift. This is not a favor. This is a divine assignment. They are being used as a vessel to deliver what God already ordained for your family. Picture the day it happens: a letter, a phone call, an unexpected visit. And in their hand is the news you've been waiting for. This house is yours. And when you walk through those doors for the first time, heaven will whisper in your ear, "I told you. I remembered you. I planned this long before you asked." And here is the greatest part: this house is not just for you. It is for your family, your generations, your children's children. It is the inheritance of faith. It is the legacy of blessing. It is the proof that your God never leaves His promises half-finished. When neighbors see it, they will say, "Surely, God has been with them." When friends hear about it, they will marvel, "This is beyond what money can buy." When enemies witness it, they will know, "We cannot curse what God has blessed." Listen closely, because the Spirit is saying, the deadline is near. The gate will close after September 28th. This is your window. This is your moment. Do not hesitate. Faith is not tomorrow, faith is now. Faith is not waiting, faith is declaring. If you are reading these words, it is because heaven refused to let you miss this opportunity. The atmosphere is shifting. Can you feel it? Angels are already moving. Papers are already being signed. A foundation is already being poured. And your name is echoing in the halls of heaven. God is saying, "Prepare, because you are moving. Pack your faith, because your address is changing." Stay with me until the last line, because every second is weaving a divine contract between you and heaven. This is not a story. This is not a suggestion. This is your prophecy in motion. Heaven is declaring over you, a house is coming. A house is yours. A house is ready. And before September 28th, you will know I am the Lord who provides. Stop right here, don't let your eyes wander, because this exact moment carries a current of heaven that was written for you alone. God's voice is echoing through eternity, bending time and space to reach you now. This isn't a casual whisper, this is a divine command wrapped in glory. Someone is planning to gift you and your family a brand new house. A house so extraordinary that even your imagination cannot capture its magnificence. Every wall is painted with destiny. Every window is carved with answered prayers. Every door is marked with the fingerprints of angels. This is not a rumor. This is not a dream. This is the reality of heaven, rushing toward you like a river you cannot stop. The Spirit is showing me this house in vivid detail. I see marble floors that shine with the reflection of God's light. I see bedrooms prepared with rest you never thought you'd find. I see a dining room where your family will gather in laughter, finally free from the heaviness that chased you in your old season. And I see a living room that will become a sanctuary, not for stress, not for chaos, but for joy, peace, and abundance. God is saying, I am not just giving you a house, I am giving you a testimony that will silence every voice of doubt. Stay right here, because if you miss even one line, you could miss the moment your spirit needs to unlock this promise. This is not just about receiving four walls, this is about receiving proof that heaven never forgets. Every sacrifice, every sleepless night, every whispered prayer when you thought no one was listening, all of it has been written in heaven's books. And now, heaven is responding with a gift that cannot be measured in money, because it is measured in glory. Think of how many years you lived waiting. Think of how many times you looked around and wondered when your season of abundance would finally arrive. God was listening. God was watching. God was preparing. And He waited until this moment, this exact season, to tell you, before September 28th, the gates of your miracle home will open. The deadline is not set by man, it is set by the throne of heaven. It is a countdown written in golden ink across the sky. Imagine walking up to that house for the very first time. The door will not creak with struggle, it will swing wide open, as if even the hinges knew you were coming. The walls will whisper, "Welcome home, chosen one." The air will be heavy with peace, peace so thick it feels like honey on your soul. Every shadow that followed you before will vanish at the threshold, because this is not just an address, this is an altar where God's presence will dwell. Don't you see what is happening? The person who is planning this gift is under divine instruction. Their spirit is restless because God Himself has put your name in their heart. They don't even know why they feel compelled to bless you. But heaven knows. They are just the messenger, the courier, the vessel. The true giver is God. He has orchestrated this moment so that when you step into your new house, you will know beyond a doubt, this is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes. The angels are not silent. Even now, they are circling around the blueprints of your new life. I see them standing guard at the gates of your house to be, holding fiery swords to ensure no darkness can block this promise. I hear their voices chanting your name, carrying it before the throne as a reminder. This one has endured. This one has waited. This one has believed. Now this one must receive. Listen carefully, because heaven is speaking in layers. This house is not just about physical blessing. It is about breaking generational cycles. It is about planting your children in fertile soil. It is about giving your family a foundation that will never crack under the pressure of life. It is about creating a legacy that says, "Here lived a person God remembered." Your name will not just be written on the mailbox, it will be written in history, as the one God chose to elevate, to bless, to relocate into glory. Every step you take in that new house will echo louder than words. When you walk across the floor, it will declare, "God is faithful." When you open the windows and let the light stream in, it will say, "God never abandoned you." When your family sits together at the table, laughter bubbling like a spring, the very walls will vibrate with the song of heaven. This is the reward of the righteous. Do you realize the magnitude of this? You are not simply being moved. You are being planted. God is tearing up the roots of pain and setting you in the garden of promise. The enemy wanted to confine you in small spaces, but God has decided to expand your territory. You were once a tenant of disappointment, but now you are becoming the owner of testimony. You were once renting sorrow, but now you will live in joy. The countdown is real. Every sunrise that passes is another page turned closer to September 28th. And the Spirit is shouting, "Do not miss this moment." Your faith is the pen that signs the contract. Your belief is the key that unlocks the gate. Your obedience is the door through which you walk into destiny. Heaven has done its part. Now it waits for you to say, "Yes, Lord, I believe." Stay here. Stay locked in. Don't scroll. Don't look away. Because every word spoken now is building the walls of that house in your spirit. Can you feel it? The shift? The pull? That is heaven aligning your reality with your promise. It is closer than you think. It is greater than you imagine. And it is yours, if you dare to believe before the gates close on September 28th.